Summer's over. Summer's over.
Summer's over, man.
It's time to get into some podcasts. It's time to get savage again. It's fall.
Man.
Time to get savage again.
It's too hot. It's too hot.
Yeah,
man.
it's too hot to be outside though. Man.
Yeah, because that
Golly.
just seems to like really wipe out all my energy. Honestly.
Yeah.
Honestly. Yeah.
I feel like I get darker as hell when I come outside. Man, I go outside for 5 minutes, come back, and I'm like, what the hell? I'm a whole shade darker.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, if you're enjoying this music is produced by Real Mixed by Aaron. It's called what? Summer's Over.
Summer's over. Yeah, his best.
He's sitting over there bobbing his head. So check out his Instagram. You can see more head bobbing from him. But he's, dude, that was. It was your guys' response that made it sound gay. I was like, no, because he's usually just sucking on his thing, bobbing his head, like his Jamba Juice bobbing his head. So like, I was just like, check him out, bobbing his head some more.
You heard it here first from Kenny Savage. You can see Real Mix by Aaron head bobbing on his page at
go.
Real Mix by Aaron.
All love for Aaron.
Damn.
I just can't.
I
can't get it right with that guy, man. I just, man. All right.
Well,
a subject on how you deal with disappointment.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's something that's huge. That's huge. It happens in everybody's life at least once, maybe twice.
Oh, I'm gonna say like at least every day.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Huh? That's weird. Because it's kind of like a makeup. A natural makeup background of everybody's life, but it's never out in the forefront until it flares up, and then you have like this accumulation of things how things worked out, and then either you're disappointed with the results, or it's not what you wanted, or things didn't go your way, or things didn't fall through like you planned on it.
Yeah, especially if you go into a situation where you're like spending money on it, you know what I mean? Like, I knew a guy who spent like $600 in the CNA class, man, you know, and he's like, I want to do this. He goes out and does it, and then one small thing.
Yeah.
He was late. Teacher said, all right, here's the door. And you're like, what do I do after? Like, I spent all this money. My pocket is burning.
Yeah.
And now it's like, what the heck? You know what I mean? Like, do I sit there and stay depressed and upset and woe is me, or do I move forward to the next thing? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's definitely that's tough, dude. I mean, from the sounds of it, CNA, so that's kind of like entry level nursing. At the lowest level. There's probably a couple of other certifications like phlebotomy that is probably around the same amount of time that it takes to get that course.
Medical assistant?
Yeah. Okay. So the guy spent the money to get into school. I mean, he's trying to further himself. He's thinking he's doing something good because he's like excited. He's like, this is what he's doing.
Yeah.
He pulls, I'm sure the resources were tight for him. He pulls all the resources together, and then he goes like a diligent student. They have very strict rules, and one tardy or absence.
I believe it was a tardy. I believe he said he was tardy at like maybe less than 2 minutes, less than 3 minutes.
But the program said that if you're not even there, if you're even late, even 1 second when the door shuts,
1 second.
You're
And
wow.
He said it's only like that because of the state's requirements for you to go ahead and take the seat to even qualify for the CNA test.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like not because that those hours don't make you a CNA. Those hours get you qualified to go ahead and take the state board.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Gets you qualified to pay more money to take a test.
Exactly.
To say that you, and so we're not even talking like, because I get what you're saying because I went to nursing school.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's like I get what you're saying. Like the state requires so many hours of training.
Yeah.
But we're not even talking hours here. We're talking like down to minutes.
Oh,
like
man.
What? WTF? 2 minutes, what is that gonna do? Like, I wasn't there,
right?
But if that was me, I would be hot.
Definitely.
I would be hot, and I would be pissed, and rightfully so. Like, all my money, all my hopes, everything that I had at that one moment, like, I have everything riding on it.
Right.
So what did he do?
I think he said, I think he tried to talk to the administration. He tried to talk to whoever's ahead, he tried to talk to the teacher, he tried to talk to everybody to see what he can do. And you know, they sat him down, they showed him in the books, this is what the policy states, this is how we have to go about things, they have to be fair. Unfortunately, in that time frame, he said his money was lost. His money was lost towards the school. His time he spent there on the he said he spent money on the freaking scrubs, the books, the $100 test to reserve it. Spend it all, and it's all
believe
lost.
it, because they want you to look a certain way. They want everyone to be in uniform dress, so they want you to go to a certain place to get your scrubs, and it's usually, you know, $60 for a top and pants or something like that. That's crazy.
And you're gonna use it for 8 weeks.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Ridiculous, but
well, if that was my set, like, I'm gonna be using it after I'm done with the school too.
Oh yeah.
Until it falls off.
Yeah, he said he still has them. He's gonna hang on to him, you know, because you never know what's gonna happen. You never know.
And again. So I mean, I guess circling back to the conversation, that's totally devastating. But you mentioned something that I picked up out of it. Like, does the dude stay angry or does he move on? And I think that's the toughest thing.
Absolutely.
So what am I directly capable of doing? And I guess it's what happens afterwards.
Right.
I am directly capable of controlling that universe of feeling.
Absolutely.
Of the disappointment, of the regret, of the remorse, of the anger. I mean, I'd be pissed, man. $600 just like that.
Down the drain.
2 minutes down the drain. Like, not even a retake or a hall pass for, hey, like, we get it, you're pissed.
Yeah.
But we're gonna do you a solid. Come back next semester.
Yeah, or we'll put you in the next upcoming class.
Exactly.
You know.
Exactly.
But you know.
Yeah, we don't want you to lose your money, but
yeah.
Hey, but like, what state are we in? It's all
California.
racket.
Absolutely.
You know, to get $600 to get somebody to default 2 minutes in a freaking class,
Right.
for which you're already paying for, which that education should be free anyways.
Absolutely.
But you're paying, and to be 2 minutes late, and they're like, oh, sorry. Oh, by the way, no refund. Dude, that's the biggest racket right there. Then to get the hours, like, not to go into it again too much. But to get the hours of the program doesn't make you whatever that certification was, just allows you to take a test. To determine your aptitude for that whatever you're trying to certify.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. And I talked to him not too long ago, and their class finished. And one person in that class, I think it was like 15 or so, didn't pass the test.
Wow.
So you technically you did that class for nothing. You know what I mean? Because you took that class to pass the test.
Yeah.
But if you didn't pass the test, what's the point of you taking the class?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, like, I mean, with that particular, I think you have to take a training program.
Yeah.
Just because, like you said, the hours, the laws, the credentials, the places that you guys go and stuff. But yeah, that 15 people, like, out of the class.
Yeah.
Like, shoot, how many people were in the class?
No, there was 15 people in the class.
And all 15 failed?
No, one failed.
Oh,
one failed. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah. But I mean, your end goal is not to fail.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like, that's not in your agenda. Your agenda is to take the class, continue, and, you know, move forward with your life and be successful. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But back to what you were saying about the emotion, about what you do after.
Yeah, I guess that nagging question is, what do you do after?
Well, I never got a chance to really speak to him after that. You know, every once in a while, life is busy. Everybody's busy. We're doing our own things. But my imagination would be, first things first, emotion.
Yeah.
You know, forget what the teacher said. Forget what your parents, everybody's saying. First thing that's going to take over is that emotion.
Yeah.
And that emotion consists of anger first, sad, depression, I would say. You know what I mean? And a bunch of just hate. I mean, hurt.
Yeah.
A bunch of pain in your heart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I feel like all of that just.
There's going to be a few things that have to be resolved for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. And, you know, and I know, I'm sure for him, you know, it took some time for him to really, like, sit down and really think, like, oh, man, this really happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know, what's the next move? Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel as if, like, you know, and this is just my opinion,
Yeah.
I feel like the people who do make quick moves like that are moving out of desperation.
Yeah.
Because of what happened, you don't want to feel like, oh damn, I don't want to be stagnant or have like a barrenness. Like I want to move to the next thing.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And you know, if it was me, I would have been like, yo, I'm about to move. I'm about to do this, and that. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's all out of desperation. Excuse me.
Yeah, yeah.
All out of desperation. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And I feel like, you know, that's the part where I feel like we have to control that. Like, we have to be able to tell the difference between our emotions and what our mentality is. Like our mentality is to move on, but with the emotions in the way, it's like you're fighting a battle. You know what I mean? You're fighting a battle to get back up on your feet.
Yeah.
You know?
Got it. You want to know what can you control? You can control everything.
Right.
It's how you react to it. Are you a person who is proactive or reactionary? So are you doing things, because that's why I kind of stopped you and said, well, hey, making moves, like making quick moves, I don't think really is out of desperation. I think a lot of people who do a lot of different things, I think at the moment it sounds good to them, but when it plays out and something happens and you're able to remove yourself away from the excitement,
Yeah.
you go, maybe I didn't want to wipe old people's butt for the next 2 years while I try to go to nursing school. You know, I feel like if that's what he really wants to do, I feel like he's gonna eventually do it.
Right.
But the thing that we can control is how we react to the situations that happen to us. So you can go through all those phases and you can try to rebuild quick, but you can't move on too fast because you have to resolve all those emotions. The 3 stages of grief. Okay.
Yeah.
So the 3 stages of grief is 1, denial.
Right. Right.
2 is bargaining.
Yeah.
Hey, you know, if you don't let this cop take me away for going 80 and a 35, I'll never do it again.
Yeah.
That's bargaining.
Yeah.
You know,
trying to cop a plea deal. Yeah.
a plea deal.
Yeah.
Whether it's health, emotion, whatever.
Finance.
Oh,
Yeah.
big one.
Yeah,
Big
yeah,
one.
yeah.
Yeah. And I could see people doing that a lot with that.
Yeah.
And then but the third one, most importantly, is the acceptance. And I would say you can't get to one without the other.
Oh.
Knowing that that's difficult for a lot of people. I mean, that's why we kind of talk about these things, because we want to tell, I want to tell young people that, hey, this is the background of your life.
Absolutely.
Everything is chaos.
Right.
Everything is chaos theory. Everything is pattern recognition. That's how we live our lives. That's how we get by. That's how we survive, is because we know how to do these things to maintain. But there's always danger lurking behind. Like, there's always unexpected things that are always going to happen that have never changed from prehistoric days. Like, so
Powerful.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
I mean, you got to be on the level.
Absolutely.
Because back in the day, you had to be alert, and even if you were looking this way, you had to be able to like listen or see behind you. Even though you can't see, you had to use senses that you didn't have to pick up other things.
Right.
And so I feel like when you're in that situation where you feel like, oh man, like, I feel like I need to move on to something next, I would say just deal with what you got, control that, and then use that, because there's going to be another problem that comes. And this is all just a basketball court of the same drills over and over until you get better at the shot.
Oh, I see.
It's because what can you do about it?
Well, exactly. You can't. Yeah, and that's exactly. You only have limited options. You only have limited numbers of things you could actually do.
Every day is a struggle, man.
Definitely.
And it does get better, dude. And I think it just sharpens our skills.
Absolutely.
And even ventures that we throw ourselves towards that are passionate and we feel that are real, we want to pursue that creative outlet because you really want to do it, and then it doesn't amount to what you want. Like, why should it matter?
Why should it matter? Yeah.
Like, you're doing it because you wanted to do it. So that's another thing that we can get into next time. I don't know. You guys let us know if you stuck around this long. Let us know what your massive, major, mega disappointments have been. Put it down below.
Whether you're watching on YouTube or Instagram or Facebook, or if you're catching us anywhere right now, I'm sure you've gone through plenty of disappointments in your life. I'm sure you've gone through a lot.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I think at this point, it's just like, I guess at this point, it would just be what you consider are nuances and what are actual things that really disappoint you.
Yeah.
You know, so if you could start filtering out, you know, the what's annoying versus like, okay, I got to deal with this. This is going to kill me, you know.